It seems like everywhere you look these days, the courts are making headlines.
Yeah.
It's appointments, potential shifts, and all this buzz about the direction things are headed.
Right.
And we're zeroing in on this concept of MAGA judges today,
Okay.
trying to unpack what that label might actually mean.
Yeah, what are the implications?
Exactly.
Right. And it's interesting because we're starting with this Politico report.
Right.
And it was really broken down by the Ring of Fire on YouTube.
Yes.
But the heart of it seems to be this frustration within the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Over these legal defeats they keep encountering.
Yeah. You know, the YouTube analysis really drilled down on that. This idea of an administration constantly hitting roadblocks in the courts.
Right.
And they even pointed to the AP access case as like this one win. But even that, the tone, it didn't really sound like a true victory.
No, not a resounding victory for sure.
No. So it makes you wonder, right, if this reported frustration could be driving some of the strategy we're seeing debated.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are they trying to respond to these perceived legal setbacks?
Right.
By trying to get judges in place who are more aligned with their views?
Yeah. Are we witnessing a kind of reshaping of the judiciary through appointments?
It's a big question.
It is.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have to be transparent about where this is all coming from.
Yeah.
The YouTube commentary made it clear this stems from that Politico report. Conversations with 4 unnamed individuals from inside the Trump administration, supposedly.
Interesting, okay.
So it's an intriguing glimpse, even if it's indirect.
Right.
And they talked about this potential blitz of judicial nominations coming up.
A blitz, huh?
That's what they called it.
Wow.
And they were pretty specific, describing them as far-right extremist, Trump-loyal MAGA judges with this big push expected within the next month.
Really? Wow.
Now, this is where it gets even more fascinating.
Okay, I'm listening.
The transcript quotes this MAGA attorney, Mike Davis,
Right.
again from that Politico piece, and he's talking about wanting battle-tested judges.
Battle-tested.
Even more bold and fearless judges. But the speaker on YouTube was quite skeptical about that language.
I can see why. What did they think it meant?
Well, they implied it might not be about traditional judicial experience as much as it is about loyalty to a specific political figure.
Ah, I see. It's about allegiance, maybe.
Right. So that word choice, battle-tested, what does that make you think about?
Well, on the surface, battle-tested might imply someone with a lot of courtroom experience. You know, they've handled tough cases.
Right.
But in this context, it seems like the test is different.
Yeah.
It's about ideology, loyalty to a specific leader,
Right.
and then adding more bold and fearless.
Yeah.
It pushes it further.
It does.
Like, they want judges who will actively push certain agendas.
Yes, and that raises concerns, especially for someone like Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal.
Right.
Because he is quoted in this transcript using some very strong words.
Oh, really? Like what?
He says, they will be maggots.
Wow. Okay.
We're heading over a cliff in terms of fringe right-wing views. They will have a litmus test on steroids.
A litmus test on steroids. That's a powerful image.
It is.
So there's definitely alarm about where these potential appointments might lead.
Absolutely. And the YouTube speaker even brought up Judge Eileen Cannon, who dismissed a documents case.
Right. I remember that.
And they framed it in the context of, what if there's a Supreme Court vacancy?
Right. Interesting.
Like, this is the kind of judge who might be considered for even higher positions.
I see. So it's a concrete example.
Exactly. It helps connect those abstract concerns about MAGA judges to real-world scenarios.
Right.
Now, the transcript also included this tweet from Stephen Miller,
Yes.
former top advisor, remember? He points out there are nearly 700 unelected district court judges.
Right.
And the YouTube speaker had a different take on that.
Oh, how so?
They argued that these judges actually play a vital role in our democracy.
Interesting. So you have these two very different perspectives.
You do. One framing it as potentially too much power without direct accountability. The other emphasizing the importance of an independent judiciary.
Right. Even though they're not elected.
Exactly. The concern is, if judges are chosen primarily for loyalty to one person, that independence could be compromised.
It's a valid point.
And that leads us to the long-term implications.
Yes, because we're talking about lifetime appointments here.
We are.
So the impact extends beyond just the current political landscape.
Right.
It could affect the judiciary for decades.
Exactly. And they talked about how difficult it is to actually remove a federal judge.
It's not easy, is it?
No. They mention impeachment, the challenges involved.
Right.
They even speculated about Chuck Schumer types being hesitant to go that route.
Oh, okay.
So it makes you think about the legacy these appointments could have.
Shaping legal interpretations for a long time to come.
It really does. Now, the current makeup of the Senate also factors into all of this.
Of course, yeah.
The transcript mentioned a 53-seat majority.
Right.
And since judicial confirmations just need a simple majority, it seems like these appointments could move forward without too much trouble.
It does appear that way, doesn't it?
Yes. So those numbers in the Senate could make this blitz a reality.
And potentially reshape the courts quite dramatically.
That's the concern being raised.
Yeah, I understand.
And it's interesting. The overall feeling from the source material is almost like a sense of inevitability. Like those who oppose these appointments feel powerless to stop it.
It's a feeling of being overwhelmed, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to sum it up, we've looked at these anxieties surrounding MAGA judges, driven by, supposedly, the Trump administration's dissatisfaction with court rulings.
Yeah.
All based on that Politico report and the analysis from the Ring of Fire.
It's fascinating how one report can spark so much discussion.
It really is.
And the core worry seems to be this potential shift in priorities from traditional judicial qualifications to loyalty and specific ideologies.
Yes, with potential long-term consequences, right?
Absolutely, due to those lifetime appointments.
And the dynamics in the Senate.
It's a complex situation with a lot of moving parts.
It is, and it really highlights the potential for a huge transformation of the judicial branch.
You know, after this deep dive, it makes you think about a really fundamental question.
What's that?
What's the right balance between an independent judiciary and the influence of elected officials?
Right.
Because those elected officials do have the power to shape the courts.
They do.
But how much influence should they have?
It's a really tough question.
It is. How do you weigh judicial independence against that right to shape the courts?
It's something we all need to consider as this situation unfolds.
Oh, absolutely.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.